Good afternoon out there in Facebook land, and welcome to another episode of From My Side of the Kitchen, where I guarantee you the butter and vanilla are always real, but I don't promise my hair and my eyelashes are. Today we are making a wonderful, it's almost a over-the-top French roast chicken with lemon, rosemary, and garlic. And inside of all that goodness, we're also throwing in some roasted butternut squash. You all asked for a recipe that included butternut squash, and we listened. To top it off, we are serving a unbelievable chocolate bread pudding. It is made with croissants and milk chocolate and even some spiced rum. So we've got a lot to do today. Let's get started. First, we got to fill up my wine glass. We are having an Oliver Pinot Grigio. This is a 2016 Oliver Pinot Grigio. Oliver Winery is located in Bloomington, Indiana, about 3.5 hours south of where we are. It is a beautiful facility. This time of year, the Oliver Winery is unbelievable. If you were looking for a quick weekend getaway or even an over one night trip, I highly recommend Bloomington. Hit the Oliver Winery. Look them up on their website, oliverwinery.com. Okay, enough talking. I need a drink. So I have been asking you all to share anything you can that we post, and asking you to help us get to 1,000 followers. As of right before we came on, we were at 906. So I'm asking anybody and everybody that tunes in and watches this feed today, please share the feed and ask your friends to follow us on Facebook, From My Side of the Kitchen. If you've got somebody that maybe doesn't love Facebook, you can also find us on our website, FromMySideOfTheKitchen.com. Okay, let's test out this Pinot Grigio. That is really, really good. It's got a hint of pear and maybe a little bit of apricot to it. That is a really, really good one. I know a lot of ladies like to drink Pinot Grigio. It's one of the lower calorie wines. That's not why I'm drinking it. But I thought I would drink one. So anybody out there that maybe doesn't like a sweeter wine, because this is definitely more on the dry side, or doesn't like a red, this is a really, really good one for you. Again, this is the Oliver 2016 Pinot Grigio. Okay. Let's get rolling. Let's start by whipping together our bread pudding, and I'll tell you why. Because once we get it all put together and in the pan that I'm going to bake it in, it really needs to sit a little bit so all the awesomeness that we pour over the top of these croissants can soak in. So let me get that out of the way and get a cutting board here. We are using 6 croissants. These you can find pretty much in any grocery store bakery. I didn't make these from scratch. I just bought them at the store. So what I want to do is cut these guys up. I have a knife. We'll use this one. And get going. It has been so fun to see all the comments that people have been making. And I will tell you, at this point, I probably have more people following our Facebook page that I don't know than I actually do know. Had a gentleman message me and tell me that while he was at the bank with his loan officer, getting his loan processed, I don't know what the loan was for, but getting his loan processed, he was talking about watching our feeds. He got his loan officer and her son to follow us. So thank you, whomever you are. All right, so we're just cubing up these croissants. I think bread pudding was invented as a way for, at that point in time, housewives and moms out there to use up some stale bread. So you may see recipes that call for a loaf of French bread or ask you to dry it out ahead of time. We didn't do that with this one. I just picked these up at the bakery, pulled them out of the package, and now I'm cubing them up. All right. Who doesn't love a croissant? If you happen to catch one of the short videos that we posted, I don't know, it's been a few weeks ago, for the Not Your Mama's Chicken Salad, they would go excellent with these croissants. Yum, 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 yum. All right. Okay, just get those in there. And we'll kind of move this out of the way for a second. Okay, now we are going to use 1 cup of white sugar. It's all in there. A 1/2 cup of light brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. Get those all in there together. Grab yourself a whisk and just get them all mixed together, nice and happy. Happy, happy, happy.
We're being told you have pretty flowers behind you.
Oh, thank you.
They are pretty.
I absolutely love fresh flowers. Love them. I know a lot of people think that they are a unnecessary expense, and most of the time I would agree. But the Kroger grocery store here in town has this fabulous little reduced for quick sale section, and that's where those bad boys came from this morning. So that vase of flowers sitting right there cost me less than $7. I mean, really, who can't spend $7 to make yourself happy?
Is there a difference between light and dark brown sugar?
Dark brown sugar has got more molasses in it than light brown sugar. That is the difference. Good question. Okay, so where's my eggs? Oh, here they are. To this fabulousness of sugar and cocoa powder, I am going to add, stay there and don't fall, 3 eggs. Eggs that I had to buy at the store because you've still not brought me eggs from your chickens, my darling daughter. Do we have an excuse for that?
No. I just forget.
You just keep forgetting me. It's okay. So how many do we have watching us so far?
13 lovely people.
13 lovely people. Did I mention that the last live feed that we did was viewed over 13,000 times? Can't even believe it. That is crazy to me. The very first time we did this, we had, like the first couple days, but what, like 2,500, something like that. And I was freaking out. 13,000, I can't even wrap my mind around. I'm just giving the eggs a quick stir in with the cocoa powder and the 2 sugars. And I'll tell you why. Because if you don't do it this way, you may end up with lumpy cocoa powder in the awesomeness that we are going to pour over these croissants. So it kind of gives you this fudgy sort of look right there. Okay, get a sip here.
You have to wonder why the pork chops. Why everyone loved the pork chops.
You know what? I think it's because that is something that everybody but your sister Callie, who doesn't like pork chops, but pretty much everybody in the world likes. And it was just kind of a different twist on something that people make every day. And they were so simple. Simple, simple, simple. People like simple. Okay, to this we're going to add 1 cup of whole milk. You read old cookbooks, which I love to do. Sometimes whole milk is known as sweet milk. So if you've got an old recipe and you see that it says sweet milk, that's what it means, is whole milk. And we want to add a 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. Yummy. And to that, I am going to add a 1/4 cup of a spiced rum. Rummy, rummy. Yummy in my tummy. All right. Get that out of the way. Okay. And again, stirring, 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 stirring. So yummy. So I posted this really quick live video feed thing, like a week ago that I did that. By myself. Kate wasn't here. She wasn't directing. She didn't approve.
Honestly, can I just give you a quick story about that?
Yeah, bring it.
I was at work and Grammy and Grampy were visiting me, and my phone vibrates in my apron pocket, and so I pick it up, and I realized that you were live from this page, which I manage, just so we know.
Yes.
And I was like, this was unauthorized. So Grammy and Grampy and I sat at Bob Evans and watched your live video.
Oh my gosh, that's
And it was funny because you said, oh, I better get off of here because my manager didn't approve this. And I was like, no, she did not.
That is hysterical.
But it was good.
Okay, so I'm going to pour this over the top. Well, on that little quick live feed saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe how many people have liked and followed and viewed that last live video," I had on this awesome T-shirt that said, "I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the volume of my hair." My sweet friend Kathy put that shirt together for me. So I'm not positive if some people saw that and thought that I had been criticized about my big hair or not. I probably have, but nothing that anybody has posted and told me about. So anyway, this lovely, lovely gentleman wanted to reassure me that my hair was fabulous and tell me that I had a professional's approval on my hair because his boyfriend is a hairdresser and he loves my hair. And then he followed it up with, "And by the way, you'd be really fun to go out with." Yeah, I am. Just saying. Yeah, I am. Okay, so we poured this over the top of these croissants, and I'm just going to kind of push it down in there because I want to make sure every ounce of the croissant has soaked up all of this chocolatey, sugary, creamy, yummy, rummy fabulousness. Okay. Got that like that? Now we are going to add some more chocolate. This is just some, and I just am going to give it a rush. You could use like a box grater if you wanted. I am not because I don't want to, but you could if you didn't want to chop it like this. And again, this is just a milk chocolate, and then we're going to take it and sprinkle it right over the top. All right, a little bit more here. And I'm guessing if I was measuring, this is probably about a... But, I mean, it's chocolate. Can you ever really have too much? I'm thinking no. All right. Here we go. Get this out of the way and rinse my chocolatey hand off. Okay. Where are we at now, Kate?
13 viewers.
Okay.
And I cannot see shares right now, so 17 we jumped.
Wonderful.
But don't forget to share. Share, literally, like Sonny and Cher.
I got you, babe. So to the top of this, we want to add about a half a stick of melted butter, and I'm using an unsalted butter. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to throw it in my microwave and get it melted.
Nancy says, your recipes are wonderful and you always look so pretty while you cook.
Oh, bless your sweetheart. Nancy, are you the one that asked me if I would do a makeup tutorial sometime? I think it was her. I think it was. But here's my makeup tutorial. Stand back, throw it on, and hope for the best. Maybe there's a little more to it than that, but that's what I'm saying. Okay. So, waiting on the butter to come out in just a couple more seconds. When this comes out of the oven, we've got an awesome, awesome chocolate fudgy rum sauce that we're going to pour over the top of that. That's butter, because everything's better with butter. So we're taking this half a stick or a quarter a cup of unsalted melted butter, and we're just going to pour it over the top.
Nancy says, yes, it was her. And Belinda says she was thinking the same thing as Nancy.
Aww.
When she cooks, she's a hot mess. But I will say, if you add some professional lighting like we have going on here, you'll probably look fabulous.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the very first things that I do after we get done filming is, one, I take my contacts out and put my glasses back on, and I wash this off my face. I never wear this much makeup. But I do know what all of this studio lighting will do to you, so... Okay, so we're going to throw this into a 350 degree oven, for about 30-35 minutes. Let's get that guy in there. Oops. Where's my hot pad? Here we go. Okay, then while this is baking, what we will do is put together our sauce that's going to go over the top of it. So I'm just going to turn my burner to about medium-low, and I'm going to throw in that other half a stick of butter. Unsalted butter. So people have been so wonderful and so generous and so fun about this little endeavor that Kate and I have taken on. And everybody's got products that they love, things that they really like to use. And I love that they've gotten so excited about it and want to share them with me. Just like that Traeger smoked Bloody Mary mix that we used on the last show. I had a friend who loves this Sanders milk chocolate hot fudge dessert topping. This stuff is awesome. I ate it over a bowl of chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream yesterday morning for breakfast. It was unbelievable. Yes, I just told you I made myself a hot fudge sundae for breakfast. We don't judge here. Do what you gotta do, it's fine. But I think that this would be amazing in my rum fudge sauce that's gonna go over the top of this croissant chocolate bread pudding. So we're melting this stick of butter inside my adorable little copper pan or pot. I will tell you though, the handle on this sucker gets really, really warm. So get this guy melted. Okay, and to that we are going to add just a little bit, about 1/4 of a cup of our heavy cream.
Could you tell us real quickly again where the wine came from?
I am drinking a 2016 Pinot Grigio from the Oliver Winery in Bloomington, Indiana.
And their website is?
It is oliverwinery.com. It's really fun because we have been asked to take from my side of the kitchen actually on the road. And in the next several months, we've got 2 different engagements coming up. Kate's looking at me like, what are you talking about? 2 different engagements coming up where we're going to be going out and filming, definitely 1, potentially 2, filming at a different location. I'm so excited. So fun. So fun. Just, I'll fill you in later. Just go with it. It's fine. It's live. You got to just roll with it.
I wonder if this is how Kris Jenner feels sometimes.
Oh.
Because, you know, she's like the momager, but she probably gets things like...
Are you really likening us to the Kardashians?
Well, duh.
Well, they have made it big. However they've managed to do it, that is true. So, okay. So my butter is melted. My heavy cream is starting to warm. So I want to add some of this awesome dessert topping to this. And I'm going to tell you I'm adding probably about, oh my gosh, look at that. Cannot stand it. Oh my gosh. We're going to add about a 1/2 cup. A little bit more. Why not? Go big or go home. Oh, yummy, yummy. That is unbelievable. Seriously, who needs to add it to anything? This and a spoon. I'm happy. Okay. We want to let this all melt together. Super yummy. So last night, I got to work in the concession stand at the high school where Callie goes during the homecoming football game. Callie is in show choir, and it's one of the duties of show choir families to take turns in concessions, which was great. Happy to do it. Love it, love it, love it. Be engaged, be involved in your children's lives. Even if you don't really enjoy the activities they're in, still your kid. So anyway, I was there working away, sweating, because it's still rather warm here in Indiana in October. Oh my gosh. And I was just thinking about things that I wanted to talk about on the show today. And look at that. Things that I want to talk about on the show. And my job was standing at the counter taking people's orders. And so I wanted popcorn and a Coke or whatever. And I'd tell them how much it was, and they'd give me their money. And there you go. You wouldn't believe the number of kids that would hand me wadded up bills and just throw them on the counter. That was so irritating. It never once occurred to me that you would have to actually teach your children how to hand people money. But I'm thinking maybe you do, because there were a whole bunch of kids that had no clue that it just a wadded up dollar laying there. So just a little sidebar note, because we said we not only feed family and friends, but we feed the soul. This is my feeding your soul. Teach your kids how to hand people money. Okay, now to this we're going to add about a quarter cup of, that's not a quarter cup, about a quarter cup of rum. If you are using a gas stove, take your pot or your pan off the stove before you add the alcohol.
Amy wants to know if you can bring her a piece to work on Monday morning.
Oh, you would love this, Amy. It is chocolate overload. Okay. Yummy. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to. Oh. Here we go. Okay, this is done. So we're just going to set this to the side while we're waiting on the rest of our bread pudding. And we're going to get on with our chicken. So we eat a lot of chicken in this house. We try to be careful and kind of limit our red meat a little bit. It's kind of a health thing because people are getting old and that's what we have to do. I get really bored with boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Now you can do a bazillion things with them, and we've done some on this show and we will continue to do them. But sometimes I want to do something that's maybe a little bit more elegant, maybe a little bit more of a challenge. But this really is not a challenge. You may feel like it is, you may seem intimidated by it, but I promise the way I'm going to show you to do it today will take out any delusions that this is hard, and it is not. I need a drink, just a minute. Did I mention that Oliver Pinot Grigio was voted 2015 best in class at an actual international wine competition? Way to go, Little Bloomington, Indiana. That is awesome. Okay, so let's get my roasting pan here. And we've got olive oil, and we've got lemons, we've got butternut squash, got an onion, garlic, rosemary, salt, and pepper. And is that okay in your shot?
Sounds great.
Okay. I'm going to move that right there. Let's get our chicken. Here we go. So this is a whole chicken that I took out of the packaging, and then I rinsed it all, or I pulled all the like the neck and the liver and the heart and all that kind of stuff. I pulled that out of the center, and then I rinsed him real good, and I am patting him dry. Your meat will not roast well. You won't get that lovely brown crispiness on the skin if your meat isn't dry. So that's what I did. What we are going to do, and this is a recipe that I discovered, I think Ina Garden had this one, and I kind of made a few variations on it, but that's where I saw it the first time. We're going to pick this guy up. We want to put him in our pan breast side down. You want to make sure that as your chicken is roasting, and this is the same principle with the turkey as well, as they're roasting, you want all the juices to kind of seep their way in and drain down into the breast. That'll help keep your chicken breast or turkey breast, whatever, from getting quite as dry. So here is my lovely, lovely chicken. Hello. How are you? I need to be able to put some stuff down inside of him. So I'm taking my tongs, which is a little trick of mine, and I'm going to stand him up. You better do it this time. Come on, is the pressure on and you can't handle it? Is that what's going on? There we go. He's standing up. So to my chicken, I am going to make, and this is my little mortar and pestle. I'm going to use this guy today, and I'm going to make this rosemary and lemon and garlic chicken kind of cocktail. I'm pulling all of these lovely pieces off of my fresh rosemary. Go. Oh my gosh. If you could only smell that. And I'll tell you, rosemary is amazing infused in water. If you're one of those people out there that loves to drink infused water, which is so good for you, highly recommend giving rosemary a shot. It is so stinking good. Okay. So set that there. To that, I'm going to add about, 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm going to add about a teaspoon or so of pepper. My other cutting board out here. And I want to chop up some garlic. These are whole garlic cloves. And I took 1 entire bulb of garlic and I'm using all the cloves from it. To get the skin off of your garlic. Put it down on your cutting board, lay your knife flat. There are all kinds of gadgets that you can buy out there where you roll it, do all kinds of things. If I don't have to buy a gadget because I already have a knife that'll do the same thing, most of the time I'm going to use my knife. So we've got 3 cloves of garlic there, and let's just give those a quick chop. Yum. So stinking good. Okay, so you see how my cutting board is spinning? Here's a really quick, easy tip to keep that from happening. Get a kitchen towel, get it damp, put it underneath your cutting board. That will help keep it from spinning. That wet towel will help keep your cutting board from spinning. So there you go. Again, they sell all kinds of gadgets that'll do that for you, but I can use a wet towel to do the same thing. Okay, so put the garlic inside of here with your rosemary and your salt and pepper. Yum. Now, let's get one of these lemons out. Make sure you rinse your lemons before you use them.
Yes, yes, yes.
Coming from the restaurant world, you know what those lemons look like when they come in the box, don't you?
I will not speak about the quality of restaurant lemons because I like my job.
Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so I've quartered this lemon, and I'm going to put 1 of the quarters, or 1/4 of a lemon. I'm going to squeeze, and I just squeeze myself right in the face. Squeeze this lemon in with my garlic and rosemary and salt and pepper. I'm holding my hand over it in the hopes that I can catch the seeds that are coming out of this guy. Oh my gosh, so good. So good. So good. All right. I'm going to add just about a tablespoon of olive oil to this. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, you can do exactly what I'm doing for the most part in a bowl and just use the back of a spoon. Okay. Just smash all this goodness together. Yummy. This is really helping to break down those pieces of rosemary so I can get as much of that rosemary essence into all of this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, let that sit there for a minute. Back to our chicken. We are going to salt the inside cavity of our chicken, because you want to make sure you get as much flavor as possible. And, don't worry, get real friendly with your chicken. I'm going to give him a little massage. He's going to like it. Okay, let's add a little pepper. Back in there, rubbing it all in. Now, let's take some more lemon. Let's throw some of those lemons into the cavity of this chicken. And maybe we should have introduced ourselves first. Hi, I'm Jen, and I will be violating you today. Okay.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting that.
He doesn't mind. All right, get him in there. Now I've got some more rosemary. Go ahead and drop those guys in there.
It's like Mary Poppins' bag.
You just never know what you're going to pull out of the inside of a chicken. That's kind of sick and wrong, but okay. All right, now I want another lemon. Again, just quarter them up. Yummy, yummy.
We do have a question.
What's the question?
Where did is it a mortar and pestle?
Mortar and pestle?
Yeah, where did that come from?
This one actually was a gift from my mom and dad. I don't know for sure where this one came from, but I guarantee you can find one on Amazon. And when we print and publish this recipe on our website for mysideofthekitchen.com, there'll be an affiliate link. If you click on it, it'll take you right to it. And I will do my very best to find you this exact same one, because I honestly cannot tell you for sure where it came from. Okay, so we've got the cavity of our chicken filled with lemon and rosemary. And again, we want to sit him back in the pan, breast side down. Now, and I know I've said this before, but I want to make sure I'm telling you again. 2 clean hands will always be the very best tool you have in your kitchen. So I'm going to use my hands, and I'm going to grab some of this garlic, rosemary, lemon, olive oil, yumminess, and we're going to give this bird a massage.
Grammy says it came from the kitchen store in Pigeon Forge.
Well, there you go. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the kitchen store. Gosh.
This is weird. We're going back to your face.
You think it's weird that I'm rubbing the chicken?
It's a little strange.
Well, you won't think it's weird once you eat this because it is unfreaking believable. Pour the rest of that over the top. Ooh. All right. Yum-y. Okay, I need to wash my hands. So talk to us, Kate. Tell us something while I'm over here washing my hands.
I can sing the alphabet backward if you want to know my hidden talent.
Well,
nope, probably not.
Probably not. So can you see the shares yet?
No, I don't know why they're not popping up. Usually they do. Everyone that's watching right now, share the video and we'll see if it pops up. I'm really good at the marketing thing, aren't I?
You are good. Okay, hands are washed. And you all know, after you've touched raw chicken, you gotta wash your hands. So, to this pan, because as this bad boy roasts, it's gonna have all of this juice and wonderful flavor and just amazing stuff that's gonna be collecting in the bottom of this roasting pan. So I diced up 1 entire butternut squash, and I'm just gonna pour this around his backside. You can pour it wherever you want. Pieces. Okay.
Oh, we have a question for me.
For you?
For me. Although I'm not going to answer it because the question is, what restaurant do I work at?
Oh.
And since I was talking about the quality of the lemons, I don't feel like I should speak about what restaurant I work at.
That's really good.
And anyone that is watching that does know what restaurant I work at, our lemons are good quality. I put them directly into my water. I wouldn't do it if I was concerned.
Well, you wash them. That's
exactly.
all. You just have to wash the
yes,
lemons. That's
yes.
all. Well, anything you're going to put into something, you want to wash. That's all. Easy peasy. Okay, so I've got my butternut squash in here, and now I want to add an onion. And this is just a yellow onion. And it's going to roast right along with the chicken and the squash. And it's going to be so good. So, Kate, you want to tell everybody what we're doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow we will be at the Apple Festival in Kendallville.
We are going to the Apple Festival, and I have been promised that a blog post is going to come out of it. I need to be making sure that I'm including the From the Soul or Feeding the Soul portion of our website page. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. And I love festivals. Who doesn't love to go to a festival and walk around and smell all the goodness and see crafts and just all kinds of things that people take the time and use their creativity and are proud of, and that's just so fun. So fun. Okay, so we got the onion in here, and we've got the diced butternut squash. Okay, so that's what's all happening in here with our friend, the chicken. Now, on top of this, I want to salt my squash and my onion. I'm going to add a little more pepper. You could put this together the night before and then throw it in the oven when you got home from work. Can you imagine how impressed your family would be if on a random Tuesday night you were feeding them something like this? And put just a little bit more olive oil over the top of my chicken. Okay. And there you go. We're going to cover this with aluminum foil, and we are going to roast it in a 425 degree oven until the internal temperature of the thigh, the dark meat, comes to 165 degrees. Now, you may ask, how do you know when it comes to 165 degrees? I do not like to risk serving undercooked chicken. So what I invested in is a digital thermometer. I'm going to take the probe and I'm going to place it into the thigh part of my chicken. Okay, right in there. Then you connect to your digital thermometer. Turn this guy on. And there's various brands of digital thermometer, and when we post this on the website, I'll also let you know what one this is. I love it because you can select if it's beef, if it's fish, if it's chicken, if it's poultry, whatever it is, you can select. And so I want to get this guy going. Poultry right there. Stop. Start. 165 degrees. I'm going to throw this guy in the oven. The thermometer is going to let me know when it's at 155 degrees. I'm going to pull the foil off the top of it and let it cook for about another 10 minutes or so the outside of the skin gets super crispy and awesome. I cover this up with some aluminum foil. Nice and crispy inside here. So since we've been doing this, people have been so fun and so supportive and so positive, and I've been told I remind them of Rachel Ray. I've been told I'm the next Paula Deen. I get the best compliment ever yesterday. I loved it. Seriously, it almost brought tears to my eyes. Somebody compared me to Julia Childs. Now, they didn't compare me to Julia Childs because she's a fabulous cook and world-renowned and author and da-da-da. They compared me to Julia Childs because she also drank while she did her shows. So, you know, you got to start somewhere. Julia drank. I'm going to drink.
And we'll drink to that.
We will drink to that.
Well, I won't, but you will.
Yes, you will in a few months.
Less than 4. Yesterday was the 6th.
Oh,
my birthday's in February.
Okay, so this is going to go in the oven, like I said. 425 degrees. Let it get to 155 in the internal temperature. Take the foil off. Go to 165. Let that skin crisp up. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Leave that sit there. This is going on in. Yum. And by the magic of live video feeds, I happen to have done one ahead of time, so that way we don't have to wait.
Wow, that was so quick and amazing.
That was so fast, wasn't it? There's a good chance I did a bread pudding ahead of time, too. Okay, got that in there. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. We're a little congested. Kate decided that I needed to have a table to the side of me to put my stuff instead of across the kitchen on the counter because I turned around too many times. I'm telling you, it's throwing off my mojo.
And honestly, I don't think it's working because you're just moving like all the way across the kitchen now, so.
Well, you know, we're learning as we go. We fully admit that. This is a smaller wine glass than I normally use, so just don't judge me. That's all I'm saying. Okay. That out of the way. So,
about how long will the chicken take to cook?
About an hour. And go with either like between a 5 and a 6 pound chicken. That's about the size I would use. And I'm going to say about an hour and 20 minutes. So put it together before you go to work. Put it together the night before. Cover it up. Stick it in your refrigerator. Get home from work. Turn that oven on. Throw it in. By the time everybody's settled and really ready to eat dinner, it's going to be done. Okay? So don't think that you couldn't do this on a weeknight. There. Okay, so we've got this gorgeous lemon, garlic, rosemary roasted chicken. We've got these super tender, flavorful onions, and we've got roasted butternut squash in here. Oh, that is so yummy smelling. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, let's not wait any longer.
Ooh, I'm being told that I'm right about the turning around thing, so.
Okay, you know, I'm learning as
we'll
I
work
go.
on it.
We're working on it. Okay, we need to cut this guy up, and I need a fork. Do we have any other questions? Nothing that you see?
Nothing yet.
I love everything that everybody's posting and you know, all the comments that we're getting on our Facebook page. Okay, so here is a little bit of chicken, and my preference is always going to be the dark meat. Oh. Okay, so we got some chicken happening here. I need something to get this little bit of onion. Oh, put that right there. some of this butternut squash. And if you don't care for butternut squash, you could do like a roasted red skin potato. You could do sweet potato. You could do parsnips. I mean, you could do anything you want. You could do a combination of all of those different things inside with this, and it would be unbelievable. I want to put some more of this right there on top. And I thought this would be really good served with some French bread to kind of sop up those juices. So that's what I've got here. Just this yummy, yummy, yummy French bread, which again, I just bought at the grocery in the bakery. Okay, I'm gonna put that right there. Get this out of the way. Okay, let's give this guy a taste. Oh. Bet you wish you were here, don't you?
It smells amazing.
Here we go. That is so stinking good. That rosemary, oh my gosh, the lemon, the garlic, all those flavors together are unstinking believable. Oh my gosh, oh, so stinking good. I can't even stand it. I love it when things turn out wonderful. Let's taste this butternut squash. Oh my gosh, it's so tender. It just melts right in your mouth. Okay, so let me move this here. I don't even want to keep going. I just want to eat.
You're telling me.
Oh, yo, you just have to sit there. You can't move. Oh my gosh, that is so good. One other thing. So many people have asked about this cutting board. I love, love, love my cutting board. I don't just use it as a cutting board. I also use it as a serving platter. I have done like cheese and meat and nuts, kind of a little...
I'll show you all the cutting board real quick.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
There we go.
On this, I've used it as a serving platter to display, like do a cheese board or whatever on. You can go to Wood and Quilts on Wood and Quilts on the Etsy website. That's their Etsy shop, and purchase these cutting boards. Wood and Quilts. Look it up on Etsy. Okay.
So we shared the link. You shared the link.
I did share the link. If you want to go to our Facebook page from My Side of the Kitchen, you will find the link that will take you directly to their Etsy shop. Okay. So this is what our bread pudding is going to look like when it comes out of the oven. Get that out of the way.
I'm sorry.
Bless you.
I tried to stop it.
Oh, bless your heart. Okay. So I've got this fabulous chocolate bread pudding that was made with croissants and heavy cream and milk chocolate and cocoa. Oh my goodness, look at that. I'm not going to be even shy for 1 second. I am loading that sucker up. But I think what would really be fabulous with this is some vanilla bean ice cream. So let's open this up. Yummy. If I can get him open. And you can use whatever vanilla ice cream you like. Pick your brand. Okay. I probably should have gotten this out of the freezer a couple minutes ahead of time. But hey, it's live and it's real. We keep it here real. We keep it real here.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
what I meant to say. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's put that ice cream right there on top. And let's take some of this fabulous fudge sauce. Fudge and rum. It's going to go right over the top. Oh, I can't even stand it. All right, get that out of the way. Let's see how I did. This is so good. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Oh, I'm gonna have another bite. Dang, that's good. So, we have done a roasted chicken with lemon, rosemary, and garlic with roasted sweet potatoes. And we've also done this so stinking good chocolate bread pudding. I think I just found my date for the night right here. This is so good. You could do the chicken, get the prep done ahead of time, and still be able to serve this and get dinner on the table in a relatively reasonable amount of time during the week. Or this is great if you want to do something that's maybe a little more impressive for guests on the weekend. Whatever you want to do. Just get in the kitchen, cook for your family, cook for your friends. And if you don't, come up with something that means something to you, something that you can do for your friends and family that lets them know how much you love them. This is what I do. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed being here with you all. Again, check out our website from mysideofthekitchen.com. Like and follow all of our stuff that we share on our From My Side of the Kitchen page on Facebook. We are so close to that 1,000th follower. And I want to tell you what we're going to give away. I cannot hardly stand to not tell you. So help us get to that 1,000th follower. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing a little bit of the time with us today. And we hope we see you again soon.